Hey, did you know I'm doing a toy drive for the kids? That's right. If you want to support underprivileged children this holiday season, click the link below or in my bio, and you'll be able to access our link to our toy drive. We're going through Amazon, so all you need to do is buy toys. You can see we've already got a ton of them. The more the merrier. We are looking for gifts still for the very young kids, as well as gifts for the older kids. Thank you to all who've already bought toys and donated. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and enjoy the video. All right, next on to the show, we are bringing up Rick. Now, Rick is pro-life and thinks abortion is wrong. So we're going to find out why. Rick, welcome to the show. If you could please provide me your age and pronouns.
I'm 42 years old, and I'm a man, so there.
Okay, so what pronouns do you use?
I don't do the whole pronoun thing.
Yes, you do. What pronouns do you use?
Man's pronouns.
So what are the ones you prefer to use as a man?
The only ones for a man are he and him and whatever his.
Great,
whatever
so he
you
and
call
him. So 30 seconds of my life I'm never getting back because you couldn't just say he, him. Great. Rick, you want to talk about abortion. You are pro-life. Okay. Do you think abortion should be illegal?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Just justify me why we should make abortion illegal.
Because isn't it illegal to kill people? So you're killing
Sometimes.
somebody, so it should be illegal.
It's not always illegal to kill another person.
Okay, it's illegal to murder somebody, correct?
Yep. Because murder is
Okay.
an illegal killing, yes. So, like, of course it would be illegal to murder someone. Murder is considered an illegal killing.
Yes. And so abortion is murdering a little baby.
Not if
A
abortion
little
is not
human
illegal,
being.
it's not. If abortion is legal, then it is not illegally murdering someone. So it would not be murder. You're not illegally killing them.
It is murder. 100%, I don't care. It's murder.
Murder is the illegal killing of someone, correct? So
Yes.
if abortion is legal, then it would not be murder. Because
It's
not
still
the
murder.
illegal killing of someone. Do you know what
They're
murder?
just not saying
Do you
it's
know the
murder.
definition of murder? Do we need? What's the definition of murder, Rick?
To go out to kill somebody
No.
for a certain purpose, like
No.
hang on.
The
I didn't get to say it all.
unlawful. Because you already were wrong. It means the unlawful.
The unlawful
killing
ending of
someone.
life. There you go.
Yes. So if abortion is lawful, then it wouldn't be murder. Because it would be lawful.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Let's get this further. We're not doing this whole legal illegal thing because
You brought up
it should be illegal, but
legality,
they're
you brought up
making it
murder, Rick.
legal. All right, hang on.
Hold on. Before we get, I just want to say, I think you can want to make abortion illegal, but you can't say I want to make it illegal because it's currently illegal when there are places where it is legal. You'd have to have a reason besides that.
Yes, and thank God I live somewhere where it is illegal.
Fantastic. You want to make it illegal nationwide, though, so now you have to justify that.
Exactly. Because you are killing an innocent human being.
Okay.
That's why.
Why is it wrong to kill a human being?
No. Missed the key word. Innocent.
Oh, sure. Why is it wrong?
It's not
to
like
kill
somebody
a
broke into your
innocent human
home
being?
or anything like that.
Yes. Why is it wrong to kill an
Why is
innocent
it?
human being? Yes.
Because that human did nothing wrong to you, has not broken into your house, not stolen your stuff, not threatened your family, hasn't done anything wrong, hasn't done anything illegal, so you shouldn't have the right to kill that person.
Well, so in order to kill someone, they have to be doing something illegal.
Exactly. The only way it makes it lawful.
Okay. So
Other than that, it's an illegal murder.
Okay. So, like, let's just say we're like, there's an apocalypse tomorrow. Then all abortion would be okay?
How so?
Well, because you said the only time it's okay to kill someone is if they're doing something illegal. But if all laws go away, nobody would ever do anything illegal.
No, there's still laws. It doesn't matter what man says.
What?
There's still laws.
How can there be laws without no society to enforce those laws?
Because, well, now we'll get into another debate if we go that way, just letting you know. But I believe that God makes the laws, so.
Okay, so the reason you think abortion is wrong is because of God.
Nope. 100% I can actually do it by science. Science says
you
it's a
can't.
living human being at the time of conception.
Science doesn't place a moral choice. Like, it can be a living human being, sure. Science doesn't place a moral decision there. That's not using science to
Which,
tell me that it's wrong.
yes, you can, because
No,
if
you can't. Science doesn't
killing
decide
an
morality.
innocent human being is wrong, then killing a baby in the womb is wrong.
Okay. What is it about killing someone that makes it wrong?
You're ending their life.
Why is ending a life wrong?
You're taking their free will away.
Well, a fetus
You
doesn't
can't
have
do
free
that.
will. A fetus doesn't have free will. It doesn't have a will.
It still has, okay, you're taking its right to life away.
Okay, so it has a right to life. Where do rights come from?
God.
Okay, so now in order to prove your stance and to justify removing abortion, you now have to prove God is real. So you now have to do what nobody else on this planet has been able to do, like, ever.
No, it's not that we haven't been able to prove that God is real. It's that some people won't accept the evidence before them.
You have no evidence.
It's a heart thing, not a mind
There
thing.
is no evidence that God exists. There's none.
There's evidence everywhere. Look outside. Look at all creation. It screams the existence of God.
It does not.
Just because you want to ignore it doesn't mean it's not true.
This is one
I
of
can
the
sit there and
laziest
say
theist
that the
arguments
sky
that
is
exists.
purple, but if it's blue, it doesn't matter what I say. I can look outside and see it's blue.
The sky
Just
is not
because I
blue,
want
actually.
to. I'm looking at it right now. It looks pretty blue to me.
It's blue to you because our eyes see that color a specific way. But the sky is not objectively blue. That's not how color works. So
you might really like to argue.
Well, this is a debate show. I just hope you know that. Secondly,
I know.
you have not yet provided evidence.
I actually like you. You're a good guy. I really do.
Okay.
I don't call into very many of these, but I'll just the second time I've talked to you,
Okay.
and you're a really respectful person. I have a lot of respect for you. We disagree, but I still like you as a human being.
I'm just letting you know that you've yet to provide evidence of God.
Okay. Actually, I didn't. I provided evidence. You just didn't accept it.
No, look at the trees is not evidence of God, Rick.
I didn't say just the trees. I said all creation.
Yes, you didn't provide me evidence that. Wait, that doesn't tell me that God created. Like, you're not providing me evidence.
Okay. Real quick. All right. The Bible. Okay. People consider it a book. It's actually 66 books by 40 or more authors. Anyways, the book is historically, scientifically accurate, correct?
I'm sorry, say that again? Is the Bible scientifically accurate?
The Bible is historically and scientifically accurate. How is it not scientifically
incorrect.
accurate? Are there scientific points in there that are accurate that we did not know before we discovered it ourselves? Like washing your hands under running water was Old Testament about, oh my goodness, 2,000 years before we discovered we should do that?
That's untrue.
Before we realized why you should do that?
That's fully untrue.
No, that's not true.
Yes, that's
how okay, prove me wrong on that one.
Because
you're saying it's untrue. I said it's true.
Human societies have been washing their hands for thousands of years. Just because, like, European societies didn't.
No. Under running water.
Yes.
Under running water.
Yes.
Okay. Doctors, a couple thousand years ago, whatever it was, 1,000 years ago, whatever it was, were washing their hands in a bowl of water. All right. And
European societies.
After they met the dead body.
European societies did that. Yes, European societies did things like that. Not like.
I'm trying to finish my sentence.
I know where your sentence is going. It's a nonsense.
But I still get the right to say my sentence, bud, because you may not understand. You may not.
I need to let you know you don't have rights here. That's not how that works.
Wait, I don't have rights?
Not on the show. No, I decide what the rights for the. I decide what the rights for people on this show are. Yes, you don't decide that.
So I'm like a fetus. I have no
on the
rights.
show. You are.
Okay. You get where I'm going with that one?
No.
People are saying that fetus don't have any rights because they're in somebody's womb. Okay. what is the purpose of sex?
I don't care what the purpose of sex is. It doesn't justify whether
It's
abortion
to create life. That's it.
Maybe the way you're doing it.
Now, we have fun with sex, but it's actually to procreate. It's how we procreate, okay? So you're going to do that act, risk having a baby, and then say, oh, I don't want this baby, and kill it? What right do you have to kill that baby?
What?
What right do we have to kill that baby just because we didn't want it?
What are you asking?
What right do we have to kill that child because we didn't want it?
Yeah, here, I'll answer this question for you. The reason why abortion is justified is because the person who is pregnant no longer consents to that fetus being inside of their body. And anybody should be able to remove consent at any time.
Remove consent for what?
For the fetus to use their body.
When they went ahead and did the act to have that fetus
Doesn't matter.
Body, correct?
It doesn't matter.
So when is life? When does life begin?
Conception. Technically before conception, if you want to get.
If you want to get with that.
Yeah, I've never not claimed life begins at conception.
Oh, I don't know what you claim. That's why I want to know what you believe. Some people don't believe that. Some people believe heartbeat and all that. But scientifically, you are completely right, and biblically, you are completely right on that one. So both sides, you are right. Life begins at conception. Okay?
There is no biblically being right, but okay.
Okay. Well, the Bible exists, does it not?
Does the Bible exist? Sure. What does that matter?
Okay. So in the Bible that exists, it states that life begins at conception. So, because it says that God formed
the Bible technically the Bible says life begins prior to conception because God knew you before He formed you in your mother's womb. But it's okay if you didn't read the Bible.
Yeah. You're right. You're right on that one. Good job. Good job. You got me. All right. Anyway, so life begins at conception. We also have human rights, correct? What species do people have? If a woman is pregnant right now, a human woman, what species a baby is it?
I don't believe in human rights.
Okay, then you don't have the right to kill a baby. You don't believe we have rights, then you don't have the right to kill a baby. You have no rights.
I didn't say I don't believe we don't have rights. I said I don't believe in human rights.
Human rights is the right to live and the right to choose who is in your body.
Sure, I'll say it again.
That's a human right, you're saying.
I'll say it again. I believe in rights. I don't believe in human rights.
Okay, what rights do you believe?
I believe that creatures have rights to, that some creatures have a right to life. I believe that some creatures have a right to their own body.
You were about to say they have the rights to life.
I just said some creatures have a right to life. I just said that.
Okay, so what creatures have the right to life?
Jesus,
a dog has more rights than we do?
A dog would have equal rights as we do when it comes to their life.
So they have the right to live, correct?
A sentient dog, yes, has a right to live.
Okay, so then a human has the right to live.
A sentient human has the right to live, yes.
Okay, what do you mean by sentient?
I mean a creature who has reached a point in brain development where they have the capacity to experience. They have a right to live.
Okay, so you're going to sit there and tell me that somebody that has become a vegetable because of a car accident, they no longer have the right to live?
People who are paraplegic still experience. So yes, they would still have the right to live.
Maybe it's experience in the womb.
Not prior to 24 weeks, they don't. They don't have the necessary brain because they don't have the necessary brain development to even function like that.
How do you know?
Because we've studied this, because we know what parts of the brain are required for you to be able to experience.
And we've already learned that we don't know as much as we think we do because we're discovering things every day.
Nope, we do know this.
With babies that we never knew about.
We do know this because we know what happens when those parts of the brain go away. We know that you stop experiencing. So we know what happens when they show up. You start experiencing.
Okay. Now, hang on. So you're going to sit there and tell me that you know for a fact, even though science
knows for
All
a
right?
fact.
Science gets it right sometimes. It takes a while. Hang on. But science used to say that just washing your hands in a bowl of water was okay, but the Bible had it right when it said to wash your hands under running water.
People were washing their hands under running water prior to.
Right.
People were washing their hands under running water prior to this. Why do you think it's in the Bible? It's because people were doing it already. So that some people wrote it into the Bible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, they didn't know about that before then.
Yes, they did.
Okay, where's your proof that they did?
Where's your proof that they didn't?
You can't just say something without
Where's your
evidence.
proof that you're saying they didn't know? Where's your proof that they didn't know?
It's in the Bible that they had to be taught that. So there's my proof. Now, where's yours?
Wait, what's the verse in the Bible that says they had to be taught it?
I can Google it real quick. I don't remember all verses. I'm sorry. I'm not that skilled. Let me Google it. Oh, that they didn't know? That's not in there. But
So
I can show you the verse.
Wait, so you can't prove to me that the Bible is what created this practice? Thank you. Like, no, you can't. You can't.
God taught us it.
No, you can't, because you don't know that. You have no proof that. No, because Rick, you have no evidence that they weren't doing this prior to the Bible. You have no evidence of that.
You can't prove a negative.
You
can't prove a negative.
Rick, you're not trying to prove a negative. Rick, you are trying to prove the positive. Your positive claim is the Bible is what taught us how to do this. So to prove that positive claim, you have to provide evidence that we weren't doing it prior to the Bible.
You can't prove somebody didn't know something, but you can prove that we already knew it.
You can't make the claim, Rick, that the Bible is what created the practice. Holy shit, dude. Come on.
I don't do this whole I have to prove everything. You made a statement. Now I want you to prove it. Prove we knew it before the Bible said it.
That's not how that works.
Is there any documented proof, any practice
Yes.
before, like around 1,000 years or 1,500 years ago?
Yes, Mesopotamia has evidence from back to 3000 BCE of them washing their hands regularly, as well as the rest of their body in flowing water from cannels or jugs. Ancient Egypt, 25,000 BCE, has practiced rituals of washing their bodies before meals and running water. They even had drainage systems in their goddamn streets so that the water would flow rather than stay stagnant. Rick, you have no clue what you're talking about.
Whoa. You said only 2,500 years ago, correct?
2,500 BCE. BCE.
Oh,
that's like fucking 4,000 years ago, Rick. No, and then the Mesopotamians, the Sumerians were 3,000 BCE, Rick.
So how do we know that they were using that to wash their bodies?
Because they have texts and artifacts and evidence of them doing it.
Okay, now all we need to know is when that scripture was put in there, what year BCE it was, and see if it was before that. Because more than likely, God taught them to do that by the Bible.
No, Leviticus was written between the 7th and 5th century BCE. So it's not even close, Rick. Like, not even close.
But then why were doctors about 1,500 years ago washing their hands
because Europeans were idiots and didn't know about germ theory. They didn't have germ theory in Europe, so they didn't understand how germs work.
Okay. Well, what I'm
like, you keep going to doctors. This is a problem that I have with like whiteness as a whole, specifically. Like, white people, because of the way Europe operated, believe that the rest of the world operated this way. No, white people were just dirty. Europeans were shitting in the streets. Like, what? They weren't clean.
That's kind of racist, bro.
It's not racist when you actually look at the fact that Europe was a fucking cesspool of germs. They literally didn't know about germ theory. Egyptians had ideas about germ theory.
If you said that about like Mexicans or black people or any black or brown people, you'd be considered a racist.
African tribes had an understanding about keeping themselves clean. They used clay to do it because they found that it was a good way to disinfect.
Okay to put white people down like that?
Oh my God, Rick!
If you turn that statement around,
I'm so sorry, Rick. I'm so sorry. Somebody said something about like the history of like white culture. My bad. I didn't know you were so upset that white culture was people shitting in the streets.
Derogatory about white culture.
Because
Sorry.
white culture
You
was
said
shitting in the
something derogatory about
streets.
white people.
They were shitting in the streets, Rick.
Every culture has done something not good.
Oh,
Every
we
culture.
we know that
But
the
you're not
Egyptians and the
gonna
ancient
be,
Mesopotamians washed their hands, and white people didn't. So
anyways,
y'all needed the Bible to tell you to wash your hands. They didn't.
abortion should be illegal because you're killing a human being.
Why is killing a human being wrong, Rick?
Because it's an innocent human being. My bad. I just need to be
Why is
specific.
killing an innocent human being wrong? Why is that action wrong?
That's why people get the death penalty.
Didn't answer my question, Rick.
Thank you very much.
Why does them dying?
Because it's illegal.
What does them dying? What is the harm in them dying? That's the question I'm asking you.
You are taking away their right to live.
Yes,
That's the harm.
that would be that they're dying. I'm asking what the harm is in them dying.
What do you mean? You're taking away that person's life. That person's,
Why? Yes. What's the harm in that?
That's a harm. You
What's
can't
the
just
harm,
go out
Rick?
killing people.
What is the harm, Rick?
What do you?
What's the harm? I'm asking you to
one, they
critically
can't do
think
God's
about your
purpose.
position for a second.
Okay, my critical thinking is they can't fulfill God's purpose
What? Dude, God kills people all the fucking time.
that He had for their life. Huh?
God kills people all the time. Death is not a harm in
No,
God's
he doesn't.
purview.
It's not killing when God does it.
I know when
it's not
God
killing
when
when God
God
does it,
kill
because
when
God
God kills a bunch of babies, you don't care about that. You only care about it when like a
I
poor
didn't
mother
say I
does
don't
it.
care. I said it's not killing because God raises people
Still
back
killing.
to life.
It's still
So
killing.
He's only transferring them from one existence to another existence.
It's definitely still
He's not
killing.
killing people.
It's definitely still killing.
No. Can you
Yes.
raise somebody from the dead? Can I raise somebody from the dead? No.
Raising someone
Can
from the
we
dead is
transfer them from one
unscientific.
existence to another existence?
Raising someone from the dead
No.
is fully unscientific.
Exactly. I know that. It's biblical.
There's no biblical science of people
There's
being
over
raised from the
500
dead.
witnesses that Jesus rose from the dead. So prove that wrong.
Prove that those 500 people existed. What were their names?
Okay. One of them that saw him was Josephus.
And
He wrote about it.
Okay. And where's your proof?
Pliny
Where's
the
your
Younger.
proof that they weren't lying, Rick?
Josephus was a freaking Jew, and the Jews killed Jesus. They wouldn't
The
want
Romans
to admit that
killed
they
Jesus.
screwed up.
The Romans killed
What?
Jesus. The Romans killed
No,
Jesus.
the Jews ordered it.
The
The
Romans
Romans
killed
didn't
Jesus.
want to. That's why they flogged him, and they ordered him.
The Romans
to,
killed Jesus.
Hang on, no. You're not going to question me on that
The
one.
Romans killed
They
Jesus
ordered him to be
because
crucified.
The Romans
And
killed
then-
Jesus because of
Oh
the
my
claim that he
goodness,
was king of
dude.
the Jews. The Romans
Okay, this is a
killed
debate.
Jesus.
We talk back and forth, not over one another, please. You showed me a lot of respect last time. Please do it the same way.
I'm
this time.
showing you respect now. You just don't like people talk over each other sometimes.
Yeah, but that's not the way we do it. When I get to a point, you can't just try to do that because then I can't prove it. Look,
Can
Joe,
I
the
ask you
Jews
something more important,
ordered-
Rick? I need to ask you something more important.
No, because I want to stick to this. You just said I can't prove it, and that the Jews.
Well,
I can
I just
prove
want
the
to.
resurrection of Jesus Christ easily.
I just want to prove that you don't know what you're talking about because Josephus never claimed to see Jesus Christ resurrected. He never claimed that. He never claimed that once.
He claimed that Jesus rose from the dead.
He did not claim to witness it.
Not that. No.
It would have been impossible because he was born what was it, 37 years after Jesus' resurrection? So there's no way he saw Jesus rise from the dead.
Okay, so here we go. All the evidence. Let's not interrupt. One, the disciples who walked with Jesus, the apostles that walked with Jesus, okay? They went and hid and were cowards and everything at the time of Jesus' death. 3 days later, after seeing the risen Jesus, okay, these apostles, the same ones that were cowards, all right, went around preaching about the resurrection of Jesus to their death. And some of them were horribly killed, like being crucified upside down.
This doesn't prove anything.
Number two, the ones that discovered the tomb, they wrote down, were women. Women had zero credibility in the court of law and Jewish culture. Saying that a woman saw the empty tomb first, is actually an insult to the apostles, not a help. It's just now we know that women have the same rights that we do. So guess what? Their word is just as good as a man's word. So now that doesn't look like any big thing. But back then, that was a huge insult. They were probably laughed at for that one.
Rick, that's
Number
not
3,
evidence.
the Jews themselves. All right, that's why Josephus wrote it down that the apostles saw the risen Jesus. That the apostles saw the risen Jesus, and that
he wrote down secondhand information.
Hang on. We also have positive evidence of the existence of what's his name? The high priest that ordered his execution. I can't remember his name right now.
I'm not doubting Jesus was a dude that existed that was executed. I'm not doubting that at all. I'm doubting that he resurrected from the dead.
I actually said the high priest, not Jesus Christ.
Yes, I'm not doubting there might have been a high priest that helped in Jesus' execution. I'm not doubting this.
First century Roman historians have wrote down how the tomb was found empty and that nobody was ever discovered.
I'm not even doubting the tomb was empty. The tomb could have very easily been empty. Doesn't mean Jesus rose from the dead, my G.
We've also seen the tomb of Jesus that is empty. Plus, we have scientific
doesn't mean he rose from the dead.
That Jesus was buried.
No, we don't.
And now he's gone.
We don't have any of this.
We have
we have none of this, Rick. So let's just talk about Rick real quick before we continue. Let's just talk about all the things so far.
No. You want to do this?
Let's do this. All of the things so far, Rick. Rick, we're going to talk about all the things so far you've been incorrect about. You've been incorrect about societies washing their hands before the Bible. You were incorrect about Josephus witnessing Jesus' resurrection. You've been incorrect about like half the stuff you just said, but I don't have the time to dive into it. Is there anything? Is there anything so far?
You can't name it.
I can if you'd like me to.
You can't name it.
Yeah, I can if you'd like me to. Everything you're pointing to, every claim you're pointing to comes from the Bible. It's a claim. It's the claim. Everything about Jesus' resurrection are claims made from the apostles, specifically the four new gospels in the New Testament. Like that's all the things you're listing.
Historically accurate.
No, we don't know that. We do not know. We do not know that the New Testament is historically accurate. There's nothing that is said in the New Testament that we can prove historical accurate. We can actually prove some of the stuff in the Old Testament because a lot of what the Old Testament was people writing down what was currently going on at the time. Right, we actually can link up some Old Testament some Old Testament writings to history. The New Testament was written. No, they haven't. No, they have not. No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
They haven't.
Yes, they have.
No, you just sound like the fucking.
Yes, they have.
You sound like the one fucking.
Dude,
what was it? The goat on Family Guy?
They discovered the freaking tomb of the high priest that sentenced him to death.
Doesn't
the
prove
only
anything.
We really have.
It doesn't prove nothing.
Pilate, even existing on this earth, is the Bible. That's the main source of information we even have about him.
Oh my God.
And I didn't just mention the Bible. I mentioned Pliny the Younger, who is a Roman historian. Josephus was a Jewish historian. There's another
so just
one.
Really quickly, we actually have a ton of evidence of Pontius Pilate outside of the Bible. We have the Pilate stones, which is archaeological evidence we found in Israel. And we also have Roman and Jewish historical records separate of the Bible. So I don't know if
when did we find those evidences? When did we find those evidences?
Well, the Pilate stones we found in 1961.
Uh-huh.
And then the Roman and Jewish historical texts we've just sort of always had. We have evidence of stuff written from both Roman records and Jewish historical records of Pontius Pilate being someone that existed.
Our very first evidence we ever found of Pilate was the Bible. Now we have been starting to find historical evidence for all these things that the New Testament was talking about, just like I just said. I said the main source of information we've had was the Bible. Now, yes, we are locating.
Rick, I'm gonna leave you with this. Rick. I'm gonna leave you with this. The Bible is the claim; it's not the evidence, and I really hope you learned the difference between the two. Thanks for calling in. Call back if you can figure out the difference between a claim and evidence. Hey, thank you all for watching this video. If you don't know me, I'm Jovan Bradley. I'm a leftist content creator who does debates, political commentary, gaming, and more. If this is your first video, thanks for sticking to the end, and I hope you subscribe. I post videos daily, and there are hundreds of past debates on my page for you to enjoy. Thank you to all my YouTube members. Your continued support helps me create as much as I can. Consider joining. A membership starts at $2.99 and gets you access to our community Discord, early access to videos, and more. Shout out to my Tier 4 members, Red Fairy DF, Ellie McReady, Not 3.6R, Sylvia Snow, Paul D, Zurith Moonpaw, Kazim, Never Again, Bamji, Emery Imogene, Ayla Ursus, Call Me Vel, Kelsey K, Jake Gorshander, Matthew Holloway, Vampy, Yemye, Mealy, and Dragon Nerd. Your continued support goes a long way in helping me continue the fight for equity, justice, and education. Thank you again for watching.